All right, this is where we are going to do the snowing effect. So I'm gonna zoom in a little tighter so you guys can see my sky better, but I still have my paint set, I have my paint supplies. So what I'm gonna do, cleaning out my brush, run it over the edge of the bucket a couple of times to get out the extra water. I'm gonna go ahead and paint my sky, and I think I'm gonna use a cool color that I haven't really used a whole lot in the painting part. I did use purple on the ground, but now I'm gonna use purple to start my sky. So maybe it's getting close to nighttime. All right, here you want to go darker with your color. So if you notice, I loaded some more paint on my brush. I need more water, that'll lighten it up, therefore I need more paint. So I'm going right along the ground line and the tops of the trees there. So you want this to come out darker, so if you add water to your brush, get some more paint on there too, so your paint colors stay dark. And you have to work kind of quick. All right, so I've painted purple, but if you notice I'm leaving some space at the top, because now I'm gonna come in with another color. So I'm gonna add some blue. So I'm going across the top. I'm actually gonna let the blue touch the purple. I'm even gonna go in and put some blue streaks in the purple and let those colors blend together. So it's gonna become really hard to tell because we know from making our color wheels that red and blue actually make purple. So it's gonna be hard to tell at one point where does that purple start and stop, because the blue just sort of seems to turn into it. So I'm gonna wet my brush. I cleaned it out. I'm not getting more paint. This time I'm gonna touch where the blue touches the purple, and this really helps blend it in. All right, but while your paint is still wet, this is where we're going to make it snow. So I'm gonna take my salt, and since I have this big old can, I'm gonna pour a little bit in my hand so I can be more careful with it. And I'm gonna sprinkle it in the sky. And what's gonna happen, you guys might know, like when you eat something salty, like potato chips or something, it makes you kind of thirsty because it's dry, making your mouth dry. So if I sprinkle this on the paint, what it's doing is, you can already see it starting to happen. It's gonna soak up the water in the paint and pull it into it. I'm gonna zoom in a little tighter here so you can see that better. So you can see where the salt crystals are starting to actually pick up the paint. Now right now they look darker, but later I will let this dry. I will brush the salt off of it. Probably want to do that beside the sink so I can brush it right into the sink and not make a mess. And you'll see where the salt crystals picked the paint up off of the paper, and they make it look more like it's snowing. All right guys, I look forward to seeing what you send me.